What's up, good people? It's your boy DJTheParkBoy. I'm in the building, and welcome to Jays and Jumpers Week 8 Power Rankings. It's been an interesting week. Believe me when I say as much. It's been a really interesting week. Of course, we got some risers and some fallers. Some teams I didn't expect to do what they're doing, especially starting at the beginning of the year, but they're definitely balling. So I'm going to get right into it. The number one team has been the number one team for a little while right now, and that's the Arizona Cardinals. They continue to be the best team in football. There's no doubt about it. They are undefeated. 7 weeks in, doesn't matter how they do it. If you win games, you win games, and you got to respect that because guess what? Football's a game of inches, and they've been on all the inches they need in order to succeed. That's right. Arizona's going to be number one in the power rankings, and I mean, until somebody knocks them off, there's nothing you can say bad about them because, again, they're winning. At number 2, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, they're still the champs until somebody knocks them off. And yes, they have Brady, who became the first person ever to throw for 600 touchdowns. But they do have problems in the secondary. But that doesn't matter if Brady keeps slicing and dicing and destroying the opposing teams on offense. He's definitely looking like an MVP player out there. It's Brady. I mean, until he loses, he's still that guy. At number 3, I have the Los Angeles Rams. They are 6-1. Matthew Stafford got to play against against the Lions, and they beat them. They definitely beat them. Yeah. Stafford looks like he's found his home, his place of comfort. He's playing really good football in big lights. You know what I'm saying? Rams are definitely a team you don't want to see in the playoffs because guess what? They make plays. Sean McVay schemes them up to be in the best position possible, and Matthew Stafford is out there making the throws necessary for them to win. They're number 3. At number 4, I have the Green Bay Packers. After week 1, of course, there were questions about what they were going to do, how's everything going to play out, but guess what? They got Aaron Rodgers. And again, as I always say, if you have one of those guys at quarterback, you're in position to win games most people wouldn't win. You're usually always in games, and you can't knock that. That's a hell of a skill to have right there. And Rodgers is doing Rodgers things. He's putting the ball where it needs to be placed. He still has probably still the most beautiful arm in football. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't cause turnovers, so that's always going to help. At number 5, they had a bye week. That's the reason why they failed. But I have the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are a complete team. Josh Allen's balling. Stephon Diggs is balling. That defense is balling. Sean McDermott, he's a hell of a coach. You can't deny having one of those guys at quarterback and having one of those guys at head coach is important. You need a good head coach. Yeah, like this isn't basketball, this is football. Scheme time, game management, all of that. You need a good head coach, and he's doing what he needs to do. The Bills will be a scary team, especially come playoff time. Especially if they end up winning the AFC. And then you got to go to Buffalo to go play them. That is not a place you want to go. At number 6, I have the Dallas Cowboys, who are 5-1. They're playing good football. I still have some questions about the level of competition they've been playing, but they've only lost one game. And the one game they lost is to Brady and the Bucs. So I'm not going to hold that against them so much because, again, in football, you have to beat who's in front of you. You have to play who's in front of you, and can't deny that. They're beating the people they need to beat, and they stand in games. They're finding ways to win when they need to. So, I mean, shout out to that. Shout out to the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm more of a Cowboys hater, but guess what? Got to give credit where credit is due. At number 7, have the Cincinnati Bengals. Definitely underestimated this team coming into the season. I greatly underestimated what this team would do and what they could do and what they couldn't do. But their defense is flying. Their offense is putting up points at Breakneck speed. They beat the brakes off my Baltimore Ravens. Yes, they beat my Baltimore Ravens really bad. Jamar Chase, he had a field day. I was one of those people early on the preseason like, man, he's dropping the ball a lot. None of that matters. None of it matters. Get the ball in his hands. He makes plays. He made Marlon Humphrey look like a scrub. I like Humphreys, but he looked like a scrub. Like the rookie was cooking him. And I believe he's second in NFL in receiving. Y'all, Jamar Chase is having one of those years. He's a rookie. And it's like no way to stop him. He's a beast. He is a monster. At number 8, I have my Baltimore Ravens. Our defense has been so bad. So bad. Last time I believe we had a defense ranked this low, we won a Super Bowl. Is that possible with this Ravens team? Still is. We still got playmakers out there, but they can't stop any passing attacks. They can't. I don't know what's going on. Like they can't tackle. They can't defend the pass. We defend the run pretty good, but towards the end of the game, it was like they didn't care anymore. They didn't care, and they got gutted at the end of the game with 2 really big runs at the end of the game. Lamar, he didn't have his best game. He definitely felt like he was forcing a lot of balls to Marquise. Can't do that. Spread the ball around. You got to spread the ball around. Don't force anything on Marquise. I like Marquise, but he's still not that number 1 receiver to me. He's a really good receiver as a number 2 if all the pressure wasn't on him. And he had one of those guys on the other end of him. Oh, my goodness. It'd be nasty out there because you got to cover the speed. But he's not a Tyreek Hill player. He's good, but he's not Tyreek Hill. And we got the brakes beat off of us against a division rival. That sucked. It always will suck. Number 9, I have the Tennessee Titans. Y'all saw that game Sunday? Did y'all see that game Sunday? They beat on Kansas City really bad. They jumped out to an early lead, and they did not let it go. There was no answers for A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. No answers at all. And it wasn't like Derrick Henry just went out there and dominated. No. Tannehill got hot. And he continued being hot all the way through. And the receivers found mismatches. They took advantage of them. They beat the brakes off of Kansas City. And they knocked Patrick Mahomes out the game. I believe he came back in like late after that, but it'd been smart to just keep him out, especially after taking that knee to the helmet. Tennessee, again, the games I've saw them lose has been more game management. If you get that under control, they can pull away. Ryan Tannehill has been underrated for so long. As y'all see, if y'all go back and look at any of my quarterback power ranking lists, I try to keep Ryan Tannehill there close to the top 10 because he just keeps making plays. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. He doesn't. He just fits into this offensive scheme so well. So, you got to give him the... They put the ball in his hands. People act like he's not throwing the ball. He's slinging the rock. He's definitely slinging the rock. At number 10, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. They had a bye week, so, they fell a little bit in the rankings from last week. I had them 8 last week, but teams have moved up. Teams have joined the top 10. Some teams have fell out the top 10. But I'm going to round them out as my top 10 team as the 10th. I like Herbert. I like the team overall. Their defense kind of needs to catch up some to the offense, but we'll see what they do coming out of the bye week. I believe they could do just enough to, be really scary inside the playoffs. But they wouldn't really put any fear in my heart. That defense is not as bad as Kansas City, but it's up there. They can't stop anybody. And if you can't stop anybody, you're always going to put yourself in a hole. Even though you have a really great quarterback, you shouldn't force him to have to win every week the way he's won some games, especially like that game against Cleveland. He played it out of his mind. Out of his mind. He did. You got to give him credit where credit is due, but, I'm always against having a game plan where you force the quarterback to do every single thing. I kind of gave an exception to Lamar because he's leading the team in rushing, and he's like top 10 in rushing and top 10 in passing. least he was going into week 7. I got to check, make sure all of that still, lines up. But that situation's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm totally against trying to put the ball into the quarterback's hands and forcing him to do every single thing. That'll burn you out fast. It'll put you at risk for turnovers and injuries, and that's something you don't want to do. I don't want it done for my quarterback, but he's doing it. He's done it before. He has done it before. But this is your boy DJ the Park Boy. This is Jays and Jumpers Week 8 Power Rankings. Do me a favor. Go ahead, hit like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. Check out the Next Up Network for other video content that we have there. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. But it's DJ, and I'm out. It's your boy DJ the Park Boy, and I'm here with a special product for you. I got some Delta 8 weed from JK Distro, and I'm saying it's amazing. It's clean, smokable, and the best part is they deliver it right to your door. Because of the 2018 Farm Bill, it's now legal for them to have Delta 8 weed sent through the mail. That's right. And if you use promo code FLOSS1, you can get some clean, smokable weed sent to your door direct. You have options. You go right there to jkdistro.com. You look at all the strands they have, which is a lot. You can even get you some edibles. You can get you some wine. Anything in between you can think of. You put in promo code FLOSS1, you're going to save you 20%. So go ahead, hop on that now. Make sure it's in the description.